Probably could if she was still alive.
Yes, we're speaking about Helen Keller. Yeah, we've gone there. Hi, everybody. We've gone to the point where two things. One, our first guest ever, because I'm just tired of Dave and Brandon's thoughts. I'm not going to lie. I'm sick of it. And I look at my Twitter, and one person that makes me laugh is Anthony. So I was like, you know what? He's the kind of guy that can help us debunk if Helen Keller was a real fucking person or not. And why not? Because I just was tired of talking to you two. And Brandon said, we're going to talk about Helen Keller. But first of all, Anthony, how are you? He left. That's awesome.
Oh, Anthony's, that was it. He's gone. He's had enough of your shit.
That was great. Our first guest is gone from the intro. I thought this was Podophiles. The dead's dead.
He immediately saw what we were all about and was like, I'm out. What are you eating?
I was having some boneless ribs.
Ooh, nice.
I worked all day and then I wasn't supposed to work.
Yeah, what happened there?
I did an overnight last night. I worked from 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. And then I was supposed to go to the dentist at 7. I was like, 8. I was like, fuck you. My teeth are fine.
Dentist. I haven't been to a dentist in 15 years.
That's gross. Super gross.
That doesn't mean I haven't brushed.
What? Yeah, I know, but you don't know what you're doing.
No, I'm fine. Like I keep drilling.
Brandon, you go to the dentist, right?
No.
What's wrong with
I don't go to any
trying to let this man in, but he's trying to come in 1,000 times.
There are dentists that are all right, but most of them put mercury in your mouth. Every dentist I went to put mercury in my mouth.
They put a dick in mine. The old-fashioned way.
They probably would have, but I was an ugly kid, so.
All right, he's trying to get in here.
I see Anthony's connecting to audio. I can read that.
People in your audio.
Why am I behind you?
Just because I was trying to find a different background, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just go with this.
Perfect.
There he is. You all right? There he is. You safe? Oh. Wait, isn't that the thing we asked now? Be safe. Be safe.
Oh no.
Can't hear him. Can't hear you. You're mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, just like Helen Keller. You know who else was on mute?
Yeah. Good segue. Anthony was just being like Helen Keller and all muted and blind, and now he's here.
Hold on.
There we go.
Well, hold on.
I'm back. No, what happened was whatever. I just my home internet sucks, so I went to my phone data. There we go.
My home internet sucks when I try to be a guest on other shows, but when I record it myself, I'm fine.
Is that okay? Is this okay? This is
You're
good.
Beautiful.
Right. We're good now. We're good to go. This is I'm ready to fuck, Jack.
Yeah. Who's Jack? I hope he's ready.
Oh wait, is this
better if he doesn't see
maybe I'm on the wrong Zoom show.
Oh, that'd be a great game show. We're ready to fuck Jack. And Jack's like, I hate this game.
Jack's like, I thought it was just a guest on the show.
Ready. No, that was a comma.
Another episode of comma. Game show Fuck Jack. I'm your host, Jack, and I hate my job.
That'd be fun. You get on the show, you're like, what do we win? Jack.
Jack's
and at the end, you have a jack off. Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm. So I think we got you guys sworn to secrecy here. Nobody talk about this until we launch it.
You have a fan behind you, or is God coming?
God's coming.
Nice.
On my head.
All over Jack.
Both.
Is it distracting?
No, nothing. Listen, we all have dumb shit. You have real life. You're smarter than us. I just don't want to show you a green screen. I moved shit in my house. My setup was in my living room, but it seemed like I had a waiting room for like some doctor that's not there. So I moved it to my bedroom. But now if I wanted to be a cuck, I could, because I have like a desk facing my bed. So it's the weirdest thing. I can just hire 2 people to fuck and just go, I'll just be over here watching and podcasting about it. That's what I will do.
But at least you'd be very studious about it. Yes.
Yes. I got it. Coco Files. It's a new podcast.
No more podcast. I'm ready to get rid of this one anyway.
That was we invite married couples over to fuck, and I watch them. It's Coco Files.
Wouldn't you have to fuck the wife to make it officially cuck?
No, you're the cuck.
But it's not my wife.
You're right, Dave.
That's
but
the
listen,
game show. It's not my wife.
It's not my wife, baby.
If a woman can pretend she's a man and vice versa, you can pretend that someone's your wife. You know what I mean? In this world, 2021, you could be a cuck if you want. You ever watch people fuck?
What?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you guys. I mean, is this part of the show, or are we just talking off the record?
It's whatever you want.
No, it's recording. You're recording.
Yeah, it's recording.
No, I never did. No, I mean they didn't know I was watching them fuck, but
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
doesn't. Yeah. It's the boogeyman effect.
It's like horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Like it's
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
but
No,
it's
you
all
guys never
messy.
swung. You guys never did that. You guys never met like a couple after a show.
I'm sure
and they're
Brandon
like,
did that.
Pat, how about you told this story a couple times? You want
Look
to
at
tell
him
that one?
deflecting. He just deflected the
I mean,
question.
I'll
Yeah.
tell the story if you want. I watched a guy fuck a lady next to a dumpster, and then I fucked her after. So I mean, he fucked her in the mouth though, and then I fucked her in the vagina. So it was we had just met her 2 minutes before at
What
the
are you thinking about
Starbucks.
is that poor dumpster.
Yeah,
I
right.
know.
She had a name.
Old Glory, my favorite
Poor
dumpster.
Her name
the
was
pre- the
Trash
pregnant-
King.
The pregnant woman who makes subs at the Wawa, aka the dumpster.
Yeah, and she's ashamed of the Wawa job. She's
We
like,
didn't fuck her. She just watched us while she was making sandwiches.
It was great. She
Wawa.
brought her own gloves.
Right.
I couldn't watch people fuck.
Dude, it's porn. That's exactly
No,
what porn
porn.
is.
I can watch a show. I couldn't hang out next to Johnny Depp being a pirate for real. That'd be fucking weird. But I can watch that shit on screen.
Dude,
but if two
it's
people
just-
are fucking, if I'm not in the game, I don't want to watch.
Could you watch
It's-
porn live? Do you think?
No.
Yeah,
That's
It's like an 80s sitcom. This porn was filmed before a live studio audience.
A live studio, Pat Oates.
porn is. You don't watch porn live, dude.
You don't have to. You don't have to watch it live. You don't have to watch it live. But if you close your eyes, you can still smell it,
Yeah.
which is it's a nice option for people who can't see.
Which is the only thing that Helen Keller can do, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is a professional. He set it up beautifully.
Just trying to bring
Nice.
it back to the fucking. We're trying to work here, guys.
Do you think that people just see? I believe that if she was real and I had to live with her, you could fuck right in front of her. She's just sitting in the corner. She doesn't know what's going on.
Dude, be like, are you fucking again?
Whoa.
like-
yeah.
Are you making a tuna melt in the bedroom again?
I didn't even know we had melting cheese technology yet. Whatever the fuck year she was alive.
I mean,
Oh, jeez.
fire.
What year? When was she around?
Do you know what? Everybody knows that she did the first sign for water, but do you know what the sign for fire was? Oh,
Can we stop recording and
because she
make sure
burned
you
herself.
didn't tell that joke again? What was that?
No.
There we go. All right, let's start right here. Do you guys all believe Helen Keller was 100% who we? In school we all learned that she was like the Michael Jordan of deaf dumb people.
Oh yeah.
But I don't even know why we know who she is. She didn't. Do you believe she really was all that? Anthony, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like this is the first time I ever heard anybody questioning Helen Keller's legitimacy. It's been 120 years.
Right.
I didn't know it was a hot topic these days.
Well, you
Like,
know
we're
what?
trying to-
You're kidding, but the reason why I'm doing this is because Gen Z people are all over TikTok blowing this fucking up like crazy. Actually, the person that started it
Really?
admits he was kidding, but so many people jumped on that this person is. Everyone is like just blowing it up and saying how there's no way she was fucking real and she couldn't have done any of that shit. And it's amazing. And it's the first time I really love technology because some asshole kid's like, yeah, I'll get the world to say fuck you. Her staying power is amazing. Like she's like better Hitler. Like the reason we all know her for no fucking reason. And they all. I pulled up a whole article on it, but it's just insane. Brandon, you know things. Was she
Dude.
real?
She was real, and she was a huge proponent of eugenics.
Fuck.
That's eugenics was the sterilization and killing of people who were like retarded or born deformed.
I like that.
Actually, Dave, you are correct with the eugenics part. Unfortunately, eugenics. Am I breaking up because it's saying it's unstable?
No, just-
Eugenics is not
just means
killing
you're
people, although
childhood.
people are killed. Think about it. Think about it this way. Think about if you're a cattle farmer or a herder,
I'll never
and you have
wanna
to take care of a herd of cattle. You want to kill them all. want them to break down the fence. So you want them to be strong enough to give meat, but not strong enough to run away and like start their own cow community. You know what I'm saying? So you might
community
partake in a couple of things like eugenics. But what I've heard so far about Helen Keller, I have not looked into it all because I'm, working on other things. But I heard she had a British accent.
All right, now you're breaking
from
up.
reputable sources. So
Yeah, now you're breaking
up. Okay, breaking up.
We heard British accent.
Yeah, we heard toe fetish.
Okay, great. And also,
and
there's a bunch of firsthand accounts. There's a bunch of firsthand accounts of people.
He looks so fucking Chinese. Oh, that was good.
What do you think sign language for the N-word is?
Oh, I know it because it's some comic. I forget who it is. Is it? Oh, it's Ari Spears. And he does it because he was performing, and a lady was. And he kept saying the N-word, and he kept looking over, and a lady was going.
Oh yeah.
And he just kept doing it, and he just goes, wait, why are you doing? And then he started just yelling the N-word. Just kept like this. Like, why? Oh, our noses are fucked up.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yikes! Oh, that's a little on the nose.
Thank you, Helen Keller,
lady. Sorry. Losing my
like you say the N-word, and then the person doing the sign language just lays down and doesn't do anything.
It just leaves and comes back 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Holds up a sign. It's 2021. Sorry, I'm canceled.
Jesus.
Just starts yelling at a movie.
Guy, I think that if I know a lot of people said this, but this isn't about that, but I think not saying the word and saying that if you say that word, it's going to drive people crazy and they can't handle it and they'll be emotionally unstable. I think that's actually racist. You know what I'm saying? Because you can say any word to me and I can handle it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying. No. What I'm saying is, the people are saying say the word. I believe.
Too.
Yeah.
But,
I think all our hopes are dashed right now, like getting like a Star Wars job or a Saturday Night Live job or anything that we really wanted to do when we were kids. As far as doing comedy. So let them fly, man. Like just go ahead. I think the show should be about who can say the N-word the most in one podcast.
It should be about that while wearing blackface. We can be allowed to experience that if we want to.
I mean,
you're definitely right about that.
We can prepare.
Yeah, I've got black features. I look just like a guy who used to coach the Knicks. I pulled a picture up one time, then he wore the glasses and bald head, but he's black. But I look just like that fucking guy. And I'm like, that's weird that I look like that guy. I should be allowed to be blackface for Halloween and be that guy.
Yeah, Pat, you and me and about 70,000 other comics look the same. So, yes. I mean, you're just a thinner version of me, and then, or you can say I'm a fatter version of you. But there's about 70,000 of us that will never work because they already have 5 comics who are bald with a beard, who they don't need anymore for anything else. Like how many bald bearded comics can actually be funny?
None of us, but we do need something good. So I've just started telling people that I have cancer.
But you'd have to like shave your eyebrows and shit.
No, I'm not getting treatment. I'm too poor as a comic to get treatment.
So you're just going to lose the weight.
So if you give me gigs, then I'll be able to live. And then I'll go up there and just say horrific things and not talk about cancer. Everyone's like, he's so brave. He's so brave with his kids.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
Brandon
then you have a
stuck in a weird face.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's him. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he actually looks like.
I thought he was doing that I thought he was part of the picture.
He looks like when you give a horse peanut butter and you want him to talk on TV.
Oh, you can talk. Can you see yourself, Brendan?
I couldn't see me breaking up.
Oh, it was frozen. That was the greatest description of what you looked. You like Mr. Ed getting ready to act. It was fantastic.
Good. I want that.
A growing number of Gen Zers don't believe Helen Keller existed, or at least say she couldn't have accomplished what she did when deaf and blind. So they've gone on TikTok and they've done all these things to prove that there's no way she did anything. And then a screenwriter is doing a story that's saying that Gen Z's mistrust of Helen Keller is not a joke because they started getting upset. Like, we mistrust schools for teaching us this, and what else are they lying us to? Which I like. Wow. It's become like a stance.
It's Helen Keller. I mean, how much time did we really spend on Helen Keller on our education.
To be honest, I don't remember much about school, but I remember Helen Keller. Like, it's weird that I remember that in Anne Frank.
I remember the Helen Keller jokes.
Helen Keller I learned more about Helen Keller from that South Park episode. Water, Helen, water. You're never going to see it. You're never going to hear it. Oh, it's great. They did a musical.
She inspired good jokes, though.
She did.
Go ahead. Let's hear him. Let's do it.
All right. Let's go around the circle. Everybody got one?
Yep.
I got one.
All right. Dave, lead off.
How did Helen Keller burn her face?
Well, we all know the answer. But okay, why, Dave?
Dave?
She answered the iron.
Well, how'd she burn the other side of her face, Dave?
They called back.
Yes. The old joke there. Does that count as mine? Yeah, it does. Anthony, go ahead.
That was an assist. That was a good Helen Keller. That was a piggyback. How come Helen Keller couldn't drive?
Why?
Because she was a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the show, everybody.
Go, Brandon. You need to do one now.
Okay. How do you punish Helen Keller? Or how did her parents punish her?
Your internet is worse than Helen Keller.
They kept the plunger in the toilet.
What did he say?
Yes.
How did Helen Keller's parents punish her?
By sodomization?
Yeah.
Fuck
her in the ass.
They put a plunger in the toilet.
For some people, that's not a punishment.
That's like if we were in a foreign country, you have the literal punchline to that joke. Like, how did her parents punish Helen Keller? By sodomization.
Like jamming stick in apple.
Yeah, like there's no roundabout way of doing it.
Oh, I hope they call her Helen Keller over there. No, Helen Keller.
See, I heard the same joke. But the punchline was rearrange the furniture.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't know this.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know the butt stuff one that Brandon has.
Take your joke.
That was part 2. Dave knew that one good. He was like, yeah, the plunger. That was a good one. Pat?
Well, first of all, you broke up, so we didn't hear it. Dave just said that. You just got lucky that he was just going to say that anyway. Listen.
He's like, I'm going to try that later.
I'm going to read the Gen Z stuff. I don't believe in Anne Frank. I don't believe in Helen Keller. I don't believe in Gandhi. I believe a long time ago, there was some lady who fucking couldn't hear and shit. But people like to tell stories. Back then, there wasn't ways to entertain. So you just go, oh, I saw this mute bitch, and she can do this, and she can do that, and now she can speak, and now she can fly, or whatever. I think it's too crazy to think she did all that shit. I don't think she did. I don't think she was like, political. I don't think she was like this empowering woman. I think she was just some dumb fuck. She was like the worst thing. Like, I don't know why they didn't put her down back. Like, why would you keep that back then?
Why would you keep that?
Why? I wouldn't keep it. You wouldn't know.
I think she was a psyop, like a Greta Thunberg, like that lady that's like, rah, rah, rah. Like she was
Helen
just
Keller
some lady,
was autistic?
probably some rich lady, kid, and then got famous. A lot of people do it that way. They're like bastards. It's like Game of Thrones. All these fucking powerful people have bastards, and then later it's like, oh, it's Lady Gaga. Oh, she was nobody. Yeah, okay.
Well, let's be honest. If there was no Helen Keller, because this is a fact, Helen Keller was the first woman to drink from a water fountain.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's the fact.
We do know that.
Yep.
And
the first woman to drink from a water fountain.
She invented the water fountain and immediately said, whites only.
Right.
Yeah.
We did that before you came, Brandon, and we laughed hard, but we couldn't make it with you.
Yeah. How would it go well?
Okay. Is that a well joke? Is that where you got the water from? Helen couldn't see or hear, but she could hold a hose steady. She stopped kids from going to school for a long time. She was really good. That's why she yelled water.
Okay. Has anyone ever seen The Miracle Worker?
Helen hasn't. I'm
Me?
gonna do that the whole time.
So in that movie, the whole scene where like, what's her name? The woman who's actually the miracle worker has the breakthrough with Helen. It's all about she's pumping the hand pump and water comes out. And she's like, yes, Helen, water. But how the fuck does she know that Helen knows that it's water?
It's this argument. I've heard this argument a million times lately. This is so funny. It's so true, though. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think the teacher's name was Sullivan.
Yes.
Her last name was Sullivan, right? So
I have no idea.
The point of the okay, so the water fountain was that when she finally felt the water in her hand, because she used to use her hand to make like little shapes in her hand that kind of signified certain things. So if there was like water, she would do this for water. And at some point, she just finally got it. Like she was able to kind of put together that water. This water was that, but it's still it's weird. It doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Like there could be a billion things that she could be thinking right there, like just wet, pressure. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like why is it specifically water?
Well, because she was, if we're talking about real life Helen Keller, she could do everything until she was 2.5. She got what they're not sure if it was meningitis, whatever it was. She got an illness, and that caused all this. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she did experience. I know at 2, you're not knowing everything, but you fucking know what water is at 2.
She probably got it from the infection when she got the plunger up the ass.
Right.
It was good then.
And that's when she started to hate black people.
Yeah. Well, that's just.
It was a black plunger.
I don't see color. Thank God. I mean, the only things I read was that when she was 2, she had meningitis and got ill, that she overcame that later on in life, that supposedly she was political in many ways. She didn't know how to communicate in certain ways. And that, I don't know if you guys know this is the funniest one I read, that she has a foot fetish. And she, well, they tricked her. Like there was a guy.
Pat would make
at one point. No, for real. A guy lived with her at one point. Supposedly she was abused, sexually abused. That's part of the story. And they thought, I guess she knew what Vienna sausages were. I don't know why she knew what those were, but she could sign for them. And so this guy would put toes in her mouth.
Okay. So it would simulate her love for Vienna sausages, or it would be
it was the love of Vienna sausage, I guess, that she had when she was younger and experienced it, and she put toes in her mouth, and then they caught this guy just hoofing her face.
So every time she licked a bunion, she thought it was Braille.
I don't know if she knew, like your dumb thing. How'd she know it was Braille? She never brailled it up.
Didn't she know Braille? I think she did.
I don't think Braille was around yet.
Yeah, I think she invented Braille.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. How is a bitch that can't read?
Helen Keller gives you a hand job and asks, "Why does your dick say I'm gonna die?" Oh, that's just the herpes.
This is gonna sound terrible, but let's go there. If you fucked Helen Keller, would she know what the hell was going on?
Only if you really brailled her hard. You'd have to really braille her.
I don't think she would if because I wouldn't fuck her unless she was sleeping.
But wasn't she really always sleeping? I mean, if you think about it. Was she ever really awake?
That's a good question.
In the words of B.I.G., it was all a dream.
I would never want to have sex with a girl you can't go shh to, you know?
Like, you can.
You don't have to. That's the beautiful thing.
Finally, a bitch who listens, and she can't really listen.
Look, Helen, honey, if you're not in the mood, just say anything.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Okay.
Close enough. That would be that guttural noise you get.
Yeah, that'd be
Helen Keller. Oh
yeah.
So the first time she got titty fucked, she thought she was late for a train.
Because she knew what a train was.
I think she learned what a train was
What's the snake doing?
I like the guy that's titty fucking Helen Keller. I like that guy.
That's some
the foreplay a little bit. I'm a gentleman. I'm fucking this deaf mute woman.
Hey, let me take off your 15 coats. Your Little House on the Prairie blouses.
It could be grilled cheese sandwiches. She doesn't know what she's wearing. She has no idea. That's gonna be the greatest thing. You stand there, people throw shit on you, and you're being dopey. And then when you do one thing, they clap and write a book. Her whole life, she was like a 1-year-old child. It's like, oh, you pooped by yourself. Good girl. Just rubber fucking dumbhead.
That's why she kept getting titty fucked. Her parents would put her in that T-shirt that said "fuck my tits." I have no idea. right.
I think there's a picture of her
tits.
when she's older wearing glasses. That's when you know it's bullshit, right?
You look on Helen Keller's tits.
I'm about to.
Helen Keller had some nice cans.
I'm about to.
Helen Keller, the pictures I saw, she looked stern.
Yeah, she always looks stern.
She did. She didn't.
She looked like she looked
Like she just got a plunger in her butt.
Yeah, she looked like she couldn't read or write,
Yeah,
or speak or.
You know, Google's giving me a lot of. I just
No,
put.
don't
Helen
look for her
Keller's
tits. Just look for Helen Keller.
Well, I looked up Helen Keller tits, and I've got pictures now of Helen Keller and tits, but not together.
You got pictures of dumb tits.
Yeah, you got them dumb Helen Keller tits. Look at you. You stupid broad with your Helen Keller tits. Like I want to know if people. Here's my thing. We'll know the world's ending when they remake Helen Keller as a black woman. That's coming, or like a tranny Chinese. Tranny. They'll do that. They have to change history.
Give it another 10, 15 years.
Yeah. But it would be Helen. There's no black woman named Helen, right?
Helen Keller.
Sure there is.
Helen Keller was a proud black
Who's
woman.
black in Helen?
I can look it up. Oh, hold on.
Black Helen. You look Black Helens. You look
Black Helens.
She defeated blindness and deafness.
Hey, find me Helen Keller.
Did you mean black melons? No, I meant black.
I got Helen Keller, but she doesn't really show any cleavage.
No, I don't really want her tits. I just want to see what she looks like.
Let me type in black cock and see what comes up.
All right.
Okay, we're
Helen
good.
Keller.
We got plenty of.
Okay.
My computer's frozen.
Yeah,
all right.
No, Brandon. Everything about you is frozen. Brandon's on this show like Helen Keller, just slow and.
All right. Did you?
No,
there she is.
Old Helen Keller.
All right. Well, then let me get to. There you go. There's Helen Keller in her prime.
Yeah, I want
How
Prime
dare
Keller.
you? We want hot Helen Keller.
No, that's not good.
That's hot. That's as hot as she gets.
That's not real. There was no fuchsia back then.
All right. How about that one?
She graduated.
She doesn't even know that thing's in her face.
I went to stupid university.
She's like, get that mosquito out of my face. Somebody tell her it's not a fucking mosquito.
And this is a picture of the
She's always facing the wrong way.
Face the camera.
How did she know to stop to pose? How did they tell her to pose?
Helen, over here. Over here.
Well, go long-haired Helen.
Which one? This
Down
one?
low, the kid one. I want Kid Helen. That's not Helen Keller. You're just moving old people now.
How about this one?
What is that? Oh, she's just feeling face. Who's the face is that?
I think that's Dwight Eisenhower.
Oh my God. Imagine you have to meet that bitch because you're the president. Hey, Helen Keller's coming. Like, why? You could just, how would she know? You could meet anyone and say it's Dwight Eisenhower.
This is the president.
I wonder what her hand smells like.
Oh, feet. Oh, it's gotta be awful.
Ike's face.
She couldn't. There's no way she washed well.
She's laughing. She knows something we don't know.
She's grabbing his dick.
Yeah, you can't see her other hand.
Well, what's those other two hands over there? What's he doing?
Grabbing her
the other hands.
These two.
Whose hands are those?
That's her right hand and some other guy.
Yeah, someone's directing her hands to his face.
She has 3 hands.
Is that another thing?
That's how she did it.
Can you imagine that this is Dwight Eisenhower, right? This is like the most important guy of his time at that time, and he's got to fucking take a meeting with this dumb bitch.
That's like if the president now has to meet
that guy,
the winner of the women's NCAA tournament. It's the same thing. It's like, why am I doing this?
Right.
That guy killed so many people in fucking World War II, and now he's got to let this lady. He's like, lady, if this was 1942, I would have killed you.
Helen Keller.
No, Ike Eisenhower.
All right, get off this because you're not good at this.
I shared everything I could find,
but that wasn't good. You didn't.
That's all that came up. Helen Keller.
Is that what you said after sex? I gave everything I had.
I told you this is the only one. This is the closest I can get to cleavage. Hold on.
I couldn't tell if she had tits. She was all old the whole time.
There you go. That's the closest thing to having cleavage.
You're not sharing anything.
Hold on, I just hit the button.
That's
Like
not
this.
good.
Hold on.
Got a
Hey,
nice
now.
hinging
right?
neckline. Oh yeah,
She looks like Gina Davis, kind of.
yeah. If Gina Davis couldn't fucking see,
Guys, if Helen Keller was alive today, do you think she would have an OnlyFans?
Do you know, Brandon? You bring up a real point. If Helen Keller was alive today,
Like if she was like 25,
would we care?
if she was 25,
oh god,
yeah.
No, being serious, would we care?
no.
Maybe for 5 minutes.
Well, the thing is,
probably
if she was
have to.
alive today, someone would have given her like, all right, they would have figured out how to computer experiment shit in her brain, give her cameras for eyes. Like she'd be cooler. She'd be way more high tech.
Stephen Hawking.
No, she'd be like Tiger King. She'd be around for like 2 fucking minutes.
She'd have a mullet.
No, but who would
She'd
care?
be in jail?
I'm being serious. Who would care?
Well, she was a scholar, wasn't she? Well, I thought she was more than just somebody who was.
She was a
and
political rights
dumb
activist.
and blind.
Yeah.
See, that's where I think the bullshit comes.
Was she really?
Yeah,
I don't think she was a scholar at all. She could say water.
Think about how
she
think
wrote
about how-
articles for magazines and shit.
Penthouse.
she would
I never thought it would
she'd
happen.
be so screwed.
She wasn't a scholar. That's bullshit.
Today, she couldn't feel anybody's face. She'd have to feel their face from 6 feet away.
Oh my god, everyone's wearing a mask. She'd be like, "Where's your nose?"
According to this, Helen Adams Keller, by the way, her middle name was Adams, was an American author,
She was a hack.
disability rights advocate, political
Yeah.
activist, and lecturer. Welcome to my TED Talk. Okay.
Lecturer. Hey, Wikipedia, you might want to.
She was
Oh,
born in
worst
Alabama,
lecture
so they
ever.
I'll
might
give her a
have even noticed
presenter.
She was stupid until she was 18.
Uh,
She lost her sight and hearing at a bout of illness at the age of 19 months. So yeah, less than 2 years old.
what if Helen Keller never did shit and it was just the person who was, quote unquote translating was like, I could make money off of this bitch.
Oh, you know what sucks when you look her up on Wikipedia? You know
What
how like if
happens?
there's someone else with the same name, they go, if you want this one, there's like another Helen Keller.
Really?
Yeah,
What did
she's
she
a-
do?
She's a Swiss lawyer and judge. She actually did way more than Helen Keller, and no one knows who the fuck she is.
Never even heard of her.
That sucks. You work real hard, and you're not even the Highlander of your dumb name. She
You know
she's
what?
so
Is
tiny.
the other one?
Yeah.
Is the other one still around? I think she gets away with it then,
Oh yeah.
because this one,
Yeah,
the other
she
one's
is.
dead. If somebody's going, "Wow, you mean you're the Helen Keller?" It's like, no, that one died 75 years
No,
ago.
I'm Helen Joan. I'm Helen Joan Keller, not Helen Adams Keller.
This woman has no middle name. She's just fucking Helen Keller. Like she's the best. Like Helen Keller, that one was born in '64. She's a Swiss lawyer, international judge. She's a professor of law at the University of Zurich. She's so much better than you. Why are we promoting this one? This is such a better Helen Keller.
We should.
Well, it's because her life isn't in question. It's this fucking lying bitch.
Oh, I
that
don't
we're
believe
talking
people
about now.
from Switzerland are smart, so I'm not.
I thought you were gonna say I don't believe people from Switzerland exist.
Yeah, I don't. We would all look like you, Dave, and they drink hot chocolate. Fuck that.
Oh man.
She said that she took several trips to Japan. Couldn't they just take her to a Chinese restaurant and tell her it was Japan?
They told her she was a dragon.
She like feeling Japanese people like, "Oh, where's your eyes, motherfucker? You have like 5 noses."
Anthony Keller. That's what I want. The one who's like, oh, you're all 5'4".
Don Rickles, Helen Keller.
Look
Like,
at
I
this
kid-
chick.
I kid- I
Would
kid
that be the
Kevin.
greatest thing?
Kid,
Callback.
'cause I love-
Thank God Brandon left, by the way.
He got booted off, huh?
He did.
He was looking up Helen Keller nude baby pics.
See how quickly he
kicked
did.
him off.
He tried to debunk my foot fetish, and now you went, no, it's real. He just fell right in.
He didn't even. I think he went with it. I don't
Yeah, he
think
did right away. No, he doesn't go with anything.
Ugh.
Oh, Helen Keller was a socialist, huh? So what are they?
Yeah,
what's
she's
their
a
problem?
big
What's their-
socialist. She was
Yeah,
all
they
about
should-
workers' rights and bullshit.
They should be loving her.
She took a couple of women's lefts.
Yeah, right.
She had
That's
no
it.
idea. Her teacher was Ann Sullivan. So you were right. It was last name Sullivan.
Yeah, Ann Sullivan.
Who taught her language, including reading and writing. Sullivan's first lessons involved spelling words on Keller's hand to show her the names, objects around her. So I guess she would do the sign like in her hand, like write the letters, and she'd feel the
That's
letters.
what Anthony was saying.
I'm agreeing with.
No, but that's why I guess that's the only way, though. Logically, she could have figured it out. What things were like. I guess the water hitting her hand at some point kicked everything in. All the teaching that she was getting up till then.
Yeah, but it could have been pee.
It could have been pee, but I mean, I guess. Then that's what she thought, what water would be. Then I mean,
she was covered in piss, and then her
you're
dad
right,
would come in and
though.
go, "You're in trouble," and then they would laugh and laugh.
But David's right. David's right, though. Like it could have been fucking anything that was wet. Why?
Right.
Well, I want maybe they were exaggerating because women tend to exaggerate their accomplishments. I feel.
Yeah.
So maybe
how was your day? Well, oh my God!
Yeah. Can you believe that we have a woman vice president who's black and Indian and all right, like okay,
I can believe it. I mean, because she filled all the dumb boxes. But you know what would be vice president right now? Helen Keller.
Right.
That would be the pick for Joe Biden. Holy shit, Helen Keller. That'd be perfect. And then everyone's waiting for Joe to die so Helen Keller could run our country. Oh, I would love that. Women don't need to listen.
Yeah, she wore a T-shirt that said "Women don't need to listen."
Yeah. Believe her. Like what? Believe what? I don't.
That's another T-shirt. Picture Helen Keller. Women don't need to listen.
Yeah. I can't hear you. Hashtag me too.
She has a T-shirt that says "I'm with stupid" and the arrow's pointing up to her.
4 arrows just pointing at her.
Dumb bitch.
Dumb. Yeah, dumb.
Better, it's on backwards. So she's pointing to her ass.
Right.
She learned how to speak and understand other people's speech using the Tadoma method. I don't know.
What the hell's the Tadoma method?
Well, Dave, I'm happy you asked. Is a method of communication used by deafblind individuals. By the way, they put deafblind as one word.
Well, that's depressing.
Yeah, it's an ethnicity.
No, it's deafblind. In which the deafblind person places, like Anthony said, places their thumb on the speaker's lips and their fingers along the jawline.
Oh.
I couldn't do that shit. That's gross.
This seems like a lot of stuff that they're conjuring up if it's fake.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they invented a whole language just for this fake bitch.
You have to put your fingers. I'm sorry, I gotta put my fingers on your mouth and then one in your vag. It's the
right. Actors spoke Klingon, right?
What?
I mean, like we've made up languages forever.
Yeah.
What we do.
Right. So this is like the original Klingon. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think. What was the guy who made Scientology? What was his name?
Oh, L. Ron Hubbard.
I think he wrote Helen Keller. That was his first one.
Wait, one more T-shirt. She has a T-shirt that says, "If you can read this, you're not me."
If you can read this, show off.
She has a T-shirt that says "Focus." Oh, it says.
Yeah, dude. I don't think she was. I don't think she was kidding. I don't think this is like a joke.
You don't think she was funny?
I don't think she was doing this. Imagine this was like she's like the Andy Kaufman of the.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Awesome.
She's just fooling everybody for it's like a 150-year-old practical joke.
She's just the worst Andy Kaufman. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
She's just showing up on Letterman. Yeah.
Helen Keller gets up to the mic. You know what I heard?
Well, she doesn't get to the mic. She stands on the wrong side of the stage the whole time. She faces the wall.
Their British accent.
You know, like if you were hosting a show and then like a tall guy is going to be on, so he's like, put the mic real low. I'm like, all right, just tell a joke, you dick. Or like they're tiny and they want you to put the mic stand real high so they could reach at it because they have no jokes. Like with Helen, I would do that, but I would push her off the stage. That would be the difference. Helen's act was kind of like Gallagher. She would just smash watermelons and fucking leave.
Except they're babies, but she thinks they're watermelons.
You think she killed babies?
Well, instead of she doesn't know if they're watermelons.
Did Helen Keller have kids?
I'm pretty sure no one took a swing at that.
I mean,
I'm sure they
do
did.
Do it right. You know what I mean?
I'm sure somebody did.
That's a good question. How did Helen Keller learn what penis was?
The hard way.
Dave, I don't know if you know, but there's this show. It's called My 600-Pound Life, and these ladies that are just.
Yeah, but they can see.
But what I mean is, they're married. Like one of them has a husband. So I'm saying somebody definitely is probably fucking Helen Keller.
My Helen Keller wife. That's the show. That's what her life would be. She'd be on like on TLC. The list.
I mean, her pussy's not retarded.
Them titties ain't retarded.
Yeah.
What do you? All right. After education of both specialist and mainstream schools, she attended Radcliffe College of Harvard University. Oh, fuck you. She got into Harvard?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
See, that's dumb.
So did you know who else went to Harvard? What's his name? The guy who didn't kill himself. Epstein.
There are a lot of people who didn't kill themselves, Brandon.
Epstein went to Harvard.
I can name
Epstein's
4 right here.
Helen Keller's.
What?
Helen couldn't traffic anyone. Epstein did so much more.
That's true. More for the cause.
Coordinated that shit. She went to school for that. She got her bachelor arts degree. She became the first deafblind person to earn a bachelor arts degree. She worked for the American Foundation for the Blind. Yeah, easy job to get.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Are you qualified? I don't know.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that bitch raising the bar for every other deaf blind person? Like that's gotta suck. Like you're sitting in your room, they're just feeding you in a tube or something, and all of a sudden your mom walks in and she's like, "Guess who went to?"
Yeah, guess who went to Harvard?
Harvard.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the blind person who was up for the job before Helen, and then fucking Helen yanks it out for being blind and deaf? What now, bitch?
That person's like, you know who Jeff Healey is? He was the white blind singer, but of course there's Ray Charles and there's Stevie Wonder. So Jeff Healey just gets to be in Roadhouse by having things thrown at him behind a fucking chicken wire.
Oh, that guy.
And he's just as talented playing guitar, but no one cares because he was the white third one.
Yeah, he was like the 15th call for that role. It was like, can we get Ray Charles for Roadhouse? He's like, no. Like, what? Well, we need somebody. Let's get Healy.
You know what? I bet you they didn't even need a blind guy. They just go, hey, who can we get to play guitar that we could throw fucking glass bottles at? And everyone's like, I'm not doing this. Like, he has no idea. Tossing fucking bottles at him. You won't know. Ray will know. He was black
wasn't in the script.
Threw things at him.
We need a musician. We need a musician that can't tell if Patrick Swayze is gay.
There's none. Even the blind guy knows.
Yeah, even the blind guy smelled it.
He fucking
smelled the gay on him.
He was just
like, whoa, did somebody just do a pirouette?
He could smell.
Is that Sam Elliott? Is that the beef guy?
Yeah, that's the beef guy. Yeah.
I can smell that mustache from here.
She wrote 14 books.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
I could write 14 books if I was yelling at somebody all day.
Guys, I actually have one of her books right here.
You
want to see it? I have it. Well, I have one of them right here.
Do the thing. Ready? We get it. It's blank paper. We know
no,
it.
It's a scribble.
Genius.
I see what he did there.
That was good. I like that. It's a good joke.
Thanks. It's all right, Pat.
This is our first and last guest.
It's okay to laugh at me.
But I give you know what? I give you
This says she
You
developed.
know you're dumb, but yet you're still fighting through, and you're like, look at this.
He's still fighting for it.
She got fucked, right? She didn't die a virgin.
All right, let's see. Helen Keller kids.
I looked that up. Helen Keller porn.
That sounds like the worst charity ever.
That was the real miracle at the water pump.
They could have bukkake the shit out of her. Water, screaming.
She probably has kids. They just none of them want to admit that they're her mom.
Her
Jesus
birthplace
Christ.
is a museum. You know, there's a Helen Keller Day.
No.
Neither did she.
Let me look at my calendar. I don't know why my voice for her is Courtney's life goes on, but that's exactly.
They just made it.
Yeah.
They made it February 30th. She won't know.
It's June 27th.
Hmm.
She loved the summer.
So what the hell do you have to?
That was her birthday.
See, here's where I think that
They needed a season she could feel.
here's where I think the Gen Z is right. I think that she was somebody who was able to learn how to communicate, who was deaf and blind, but I think they were stacking her accomplishments. I think they were kind of stacking the deck with all that shit that she did.
Yeah.
I don't think she had a lot of like helpers. So I think a lot of those people were like, look, Helen, you just wrote a book. And she's like, naturally, I wrote a book. I didn't even try it. You wrote another book. You just wrote another book, Helen. She
was like the Donald Trump of her time. Everyone's like, you're president. You're fine. Just do it. Just do Twitter. Like there's somebody probably behind her. You know what I mean? Like going crazy. It's that thing. Unless you like Donald Trump, then pick someone else. But yeah.
You
know what I mean?
Trump, but Trump is a superstar. I don't know what he's talking about.
What Gen Z was doing. What Gen Z is doing is even worse than that. They're literally saying a lot of them believe she wasn't even real. Like
she didn't exist.
A person. It was staged, and they got fake. They had somebody take fake pictures. And one of the people that say that proves Dave's point with the pictures. They're like, well, then how come she just faced the other way? That's hilarious.
Like, how does she know to pose?
they're like, well, they could have moved the camera.
No, they say she took pictures like that. I just read it. Honestly, she said she had a protruding left eye that popped out. So they always took pictures of her right side because her eye was all fucked up. You didn't want to scare people.
Just take the fucking eye out.
And then they did actually. When she got older, they actually replaced her eyes with two fake ones.
Oh.
They should have just kept them out. I mean, it would have been great to just keep them.
They should just point them in different directions like a gecko.
Walking around.
You give her googly eyes, the ones that shake.
Guys, I'm here to give a lecture. Here's my book. I'm Helen Keller.
I would put two fish in there, like those old shoes where they have like fish in them and just like flying around.
That's very pimp. It's like pimp my Keller.
You know what? She's lucky. She was born to who she was born to because you could just back then pimp. Here's the thing you fuck.
Right.
That somewhere.
How come she wasn't the first to invent like wearing shades as a blind person?
Did they have shades back then?
Who was the first person to do that?
Sunglasses?
They were black and they were cool as fuck.
Yeah, they were black, definitely.
They were definitely black.
They were cool as fuck.
That's up there. Look Wikipedia. Black, cool as fuck.
I thought when I was a kid, all blind black people could play the piano.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I think all black people can dance too.
I mean, come on, there's at least two blind black people that play the piano really fucking awesome.
Have you ever seen the video of Stevie Wonder catching the mic stand as it falls?
Yeah.
Somebody runs by him and it falls and he catches it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm not saying that I don't think he's totally blind, but there's this thing called the blind sight where blindness isn't exactly what we think it is. That there's different kinds of blindness. Some blind people can actually, they could perceive what's around them. It's not really their eyes that are working. They can't explain how it works.
I mean, they can see like shades or something like that, like shadows.
There are people who say that Stevie Wonder's faking it.
Yeah, there are people who say that too, but I don't know about that.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, probably.
You think he's faking it?
Yeah, because he dresses too black to not know. He's got like acorns in his hair. That's a thing. I think he was like a good singer. He was good.
What if he has squirrels?
Person in the army goes to war and then comes back and wins American Idol. It's like they're okay singing, but they shouldn't. They just got it because something else. He was good, but he wasn't gonna be a superstar. And he's like, "Oh, what if I'm blind?" That Ray Charles guy's. Oh, Ray Charles is really blind. I believe it because he looked all weird and shit. He looked blind.
I mean, the only issue I've taken is knocking Stevie Wonder's talent.
I'm not knocking his talent, but I don't think he would have risen to the top if he was just Stevie, whatever the fuck his real last name was. Like his last name's not Wonder. He was a wonder that he could fucking do shit and be blind.
Have you heard the Best of album? It's amazing.
Yeah, he's a really good entertainer, Pat.
Oh, he's incredible. But I think back then you would have gone, It's just some black and let it go. But
I mean,
line, they're like, oh well, whites can like them too.
That's the reaction I had about George. That's the reaction I had about George Floyd, and everybody went crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, he's just some black.
Oh, do you know about Waynell Sexton? Speaking of George Floyd, just because you said it.
That was his
teacher's
name.
All right, so I'm going to bring this up actually, and I'm going to talk about Helen Keller too, and why people would say, well, why would Helen Keller fake it? Why would people do this? Well, I feel that there are people who fake these things and their incidents faked. And one of my pieces of evidence that I'll present to you is George Floyd. I don't think that whole thing was real. And to give you a part of it, even if maybe that was real, maybe that was real, but I could tell you why the news probably coverage of it wasn't real. They had his third grade teacher on, and he was like in his 50s, right? So his third grade teacher was on, and she had his homework from third grade, right? And it was about diversity. It was this drawing. She's like, oh, I saved it for all these years. And her name was Dr. Waynell Sexton. Waynell Sexton was her name, and she was a white lady.
That could happen.
It could happen, but watch the video. Oh, no. So my thing is, and it was, what do you think? There's like these, because there's all these conspiracy theorists with the Illuminati and stuff. I don't really, it could be that, but I think it's people that are like the real comedians of the society. They give us fucking Waynell Sexton. They give us Helen Keller. You know what I mean? Shit like this, that it's like, you can't believe it, but these fucking stupid retards believe it, and they go along, and now everyone's wearing fucking masks because they're retarded and they believe in psyops. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, I was
wondering how you're going to get Helen Keller into the mask thing.
Yeah, I was trying to see if Helen Keller was part of the Illuminati.
So no. What I'm saying is Helen Keller could have been somebody who was like this, because I feel that all throughout history, there's just been people who have walked onto the stage who were, for one reason or another, became famous, and then all of a sudden got tied to political reasons for one reason or another. It's like, why did they become political? I mean, I know it does sound really crazy, but and it's not like I just watch one or two YouTube videos. I have done a lot of like looking into this, but when you do look into certain aspects, when these tiny little things you see, like Waynell Sexton, and
not the Waynell Sexton show.
Waynell Sexton. But there's a million of these tiny little articles that come out, and the people that write them, it's like you look at the authors' names, and they're just like these fucked up names. So there's definitely somebody fucking with us. So that's why I think the Helen Keller is the same kind of thing. I mean, it could be,
When you Google Helen Keller, write the words "did Helen Keller," first thing comes up is fly a plane. I hope so.
I just like how the Americans.
She did.
What? She did?
She did.
She flew a Paris-bound plane over the Mediterranean Sea for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah. So they didn't let her start or finish.
So she was in a plane, and then somebody is piloting, maybe?
It's like when you let a kid sit on your lap and move the wheel. Like that's what they were doing with her.
She was sitting at a desk chair, and people were going, "You're doing it, Helen! You're doing it!"
Somebody was farting in her face, and she was like, "Oh,
that smells like the Mediterranean."
Yeah.
That's how she learned thunder.
Helen's getting restless. Put her on the lawnmower again and tell her
she's at high tide.
I love that she flew a plane.
I don't know if she flew a plane, but I bet
people couldn't. They're like, "We'll let that blind lady who could kill us all do it." But you're black, or you're a lady, another lady, a regular lady couldn't.
Yeah.
She couldn't even hear instructions. How could she fly a plane? They couldn't tell her what to do.
Well, you were out in that part. They have this thing called like the Todoma method. She would just shove her hand in like Captain Sully's mouth and learn how to fly.
No, I remember that part. But what else? Captain Sully.
Oh, you remember that part?
Yes. That was like
Helen Keller learned everything by injection.
Did Helen Keller have kids?
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't find any kids.
Never married or had children. However, she almost married Peter Fagan.
All right, let's see who Peter Fagan is.
Well, his first three letters are.
Curious about Peter Fagan?
He was
when
too.
Anne became ill and had to take some time off, Peter Fagan, the 29-year-old reporter, became Helen's secretary. Fag. During this time, the two grew close and planned to marry. Imagine getting rejected by Helen Keller.
By the way,
I think I found a different
How bad your life got to be going when you
What?
got to be Helen Keller's secretary? I mean, like there are
Someone
no
had to
other
write.
jobs available, like at all.
What a sweet gig. Did you yeah, I did.
Here's a weird fact. Did you guys know that Ray Charles used to physically abuse his wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
How the
hope
fuck
so.
does that happen? How do you?
Well, that's on her. There's a real easy way to avoid it.
Yeah, I mean, really, he's just swinging at the air for the first 3 hours.
Just
Don't
get
move.
a mannequin and put it. Oh no, not so hot, Ray.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Ray.
I promise, baby, I won't do it again. Just come right in.
Yeah, I promise.
She's sucking some other guy's dick as Ray's beating the fucking mannequin.
Ah, shit.
In case we didn't understand the dick sucking thing, Brandon showed us.
That's how you
I
suck
do.
a dick.
That would be crazy, though. It's like, 'cause you talk about back then, people didn't believe women anyway. But if you're like, what happened? My husband, the blind guy right there.
Yeah.
All right, lady, just have a seat here. You'll be fine.
Chris Brown's like, he was my inspiration.
Yeah.
I always close my eyes when I hit Rihanna.
It's fair. Listen, I think you can be legally able to abuse your wife physically if you close your eyes. If you just happen to contact.
Yeah, if you make it a fair fight.
Or if she's Rihanna.
Or to be fair, every night he thought he was beating up an intruder. Someone broke into the house again, honey.
Every
I
night.
heard a noise.
He was just fucking KOing her every fucking night.
Jesus Christ.
I heard a noise. Yeah, it was my wife saying, "Stop hitting me."
The guy has the same code to his friends when he breaks in. It's like, it's your wife. Oh, man.
Oh, no. I lost my
So
internet
she didn't
connection.
get married. She didn't have kids. But I'm sure that guy fucked her.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Did they save themselves for marriage back then? Is that a thing?
I think she had to.
How did
No,
she
I
even know?
think they
Oh, go
sneak
ahead.
around. Sure. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead. You're good.
No,
I was
that's good. That's all I want.
I was gonna say, how would she know she was even pregnant until maybe she thought
She
she was
probably
just getting
knew her
fat.
belly was getting bigger.
Yeah, maybe she
Yeah.
just thought she was getting fat though. Like,
I mean,
But
I
she
didn't
felt
know.
the
I
cum.
didn't know it.
Yeah,
My belly was getting bigger.
I'm pretty sure she knows what like a period is and when it stops happening. That's probably not supposed to happen.
It's when the help stops fucking swabbing her. Imagine me, because back then
I
you
think
just
we should ask a
tampons.
woman this.
You just got
Do you
the
think
help.
do you think when he came on her face, she was like, slow down. I can't understand you. You're all over. You're blathering.
I love it when you talk dirty, baby.
right at the end of sex, he sings to me.
If she
At the
wanted
end
to
of
have
sex, he
safe
just talks.
sex
He
and talk,
speaks in tongues.
How did Helen Keller know when she was done wiping?
I
Well,
don't
the
think she
smell.
wiped.
yeah, the smell exactly. We were right there with that one.
She just didn't wipe.
She didn't wipe.
Uh,
I don't think anybody wiped back then, though. To be
No.
honest, to be
Just
fair
shit
to
and
the.
kept moving. Well, they weren't eating the same stuff as we were eating now. They don't pasteurize
See, this
shit.
is-
They're just
This is the same questions I ask you. How does somebody with 2 broken arms take a shit and wipe their ass? Like, how do you do that?
On the
Oh.
lawn.
easy.
You can't do it.
They
It's
learn to do shit
impossible.
with their feet. You've seen them.
You can wipe your ass with your feet.
yeah. Whoa, you broke his. You broke his whole.
Wait, Keller has to wipe her ass with her feet.
It's called the Todoko method.
Fucking, dude, you broke your arm for 6 months. I had to learn to wipe my ass with my feet.
With Helen Keller's feet.
You know, Helen Keller's feet.
You can wipe your ass with Helen Keller's face and she wouldn't know.
The only thing she would know, she can only feel and smell. She's like, oh, that's the only thing that bothers me.
I
Anything
hate
else?
Tuesday. Just wipe my ass with Helen Keller day. That must have been it. Like, how'd she learn things? Like every day they did something traumatically horrible to her.
It's just awful.
Here's a question. How does she know like when to get up in the morning? How does she know what time it was?
That's a fucking good question.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure for Helen Keller, every time was, Helen, it's time to go.
She would get up early, go outside, and put her hands on a rooster's face.
Yeah.
It's called the Tgoda method.
Whatever it is, the go method.
Put it on a rooster's face.
Helen Keller is an Ivy League graduate, a scholar, rogue scholar of many books. Hey, can you go upstairs and slap Helen Keller in the face and wake her up?
Next time somebody told me that they're like, when they say they're I'm an Ivy League graduate, I'm like, yeah, so is Helen Keller.
Fucking Helen Keller.
Hey, go wake up Rhodes Scholar.
Of course she was a Rhodes Scholar.
Yes, I'm so smart.
They used to call her water pump. I like that water pump.
Her brother Fred Keller was just like, I hate this. Like I
She had like 4 siblings, and I know nothing about any of them. I didn't.
I was kidding. Did she have siblings?
She did. She had a bunch of siblings.
All you know is that they all hated Helen Keller.
No shit.
Frank Keller
Gets all the attention.
I bet one of them invented something too, and they're like, just like that lady now who's Helen Keller isn't famous. They're not famous either.
Who was her
God
siblings?
damn it.
Helen Keller's siblings, most famous for being the most patient people on the planet.
Helen Keller had a cat named Mittens.
She had a cat named.
That was one of the old ones too. It's like, why did Helen Keller's dog kill itself? Because if your name was, you'd kill yourself too. I remember that.
That's it.
Oh God,
that's a fucking awesome joke.
I forgot about that.
Outstanding.
How did Helen Keller drive?
By feeling the curb.
Any way she wanted.
One hand on the wheel and one hand on the road.
There
was
go.
James Keller, Mildred Keller.
Oh, poor Mildred. I don't know how
William
you can be less
Simpson
attractive
Keller.
than Helen. But
Phillips Keller.
I'd be like, if Mildred was like, I'd rather be deaf and blind than name Mildred.
Yeah, no, fuck.
And Helen's like, fuck you. I can't even hear what you're saying.
What was up with Mildred Keller? All right.
Ooh.
No, there's nothing about them. Mildred Campbell, Keller, Tyson.
Because no one gives a shit about what the other Kellers did.
They all died in a fire.
She lived.
Helen smelled it and crawled out.
They were all handsome folk. That was one of the ugliest families. Everyone back then was the guy's name was William Shakespeare Keller. Like there was high aspirations for that brother.
He got eclipsed by the fucking deaf dumb one.
I'm shocked they didn't just throw her out. Like back then, when you had a dopey kid, you didn't keep it.
Yeah, you just left him. And again, Helen Keller was a proponent of that.
It's not China. It's fucking. This is United States.
Oh my God! And she was born a girl. Like, there's so many reasons to throw her out.
Here's our 80-year-old burden.
Here's the old saying: "Don't throw out the dumb, deaf, blind baby with the bathwater." That was the old saying.
Maybe her dad is real smart. Like later, we'll just pretend that she's talking and we'll write a bunch of books. That's
well, dad wasn't around. Dad was in the Confederate Army.
Oh.
So I think that's what happened. He came back. He's like, fuck this.
Yeah, he's just happy she came out white.
I made a couple of those in the war. All right. Dave, do you believe Helen Keller's real?
Yes, I believe she's real.
Do you believe everything you learned about her?
I mean, I'm sure there's shit we didn't learn about her, but for the most part.
Now, I mean, like, do you think she was really a scholar, a women's right activist, or you think that's the shit they kind of like the Harriet Tubman shit? Like, she couldn't drive a train.
Well, I think Anthony, to your point, like she got props for like, oh my God, she's doing it, which she gets bumped up. Her accomplishments get bumped up because of the fact that she was differently abled.
Yeah, Anthony, what do you think?
Again, it's like. I don't know. It's been 150 years. I didn't know this was going to be. I mean, I really don't understand why this is up for discussion. How these kids are dragging this out. I don't think it's. I don't think it's bullshit. I think it's all real because if she can overcome, if she learned how to talk and communicate, which I believe is real, I believe that she was able to, excel because she was smart. Maybe she was a smart person. She was able to do all the things that smart people do, and probably she was even more motivated because everyone, thought she was stupid.
I
So she
just
was like, I'll
agreed
show
with
you.
you. I just agreed with you, and now you totally sold me out and make me look like a dick.
We were trying to just, a devil's advocate, because again, it's 150 years ago. I mean, who the fuck knows?
Brandon.
Well, I think it could have been real, but I'll more of again of the devil's advocate thing too. I don't think it was. I think maybe she did have some disability. She was a real person. I think she really was. It spoke. She wrote books. She was an activist, but I think her disabilities were just overblown, or over exaggerated. She wasn't as disabled, and they just said that to stick her on stage, maybe. But who knows? Again, it was so long ago.
That's true. It's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good point.
I'm not gonna die on the Helen Keller mountain, but I don't think it was that real. But go ahead, Pat. What do you think?
I think anyone could die in that.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Helen would.
Helen Keller Mountain.
Well,
We're buried here.
It's called the Helen Keller Mountain because no one sees the railing.
No one sees the mountain. You could just point to an empty space and be like, it's Helen Keller Mountain, guys.
that's what Peter Fagan called fucking her. He was Helen Keller Mountain.
Oh my God.
I believe, think like most people, and this is a theory I think most people have. Helen Keller, yes, was born normal and then got stupid with illness and then learned other things.
Stupid. She got stupid.
Illness.
And when she got stupid, people were like, they felt bad. And then they kind of taught her shit. And then she was like, they would beef her up. Like, hey, you did well. So let's just say you went to Harvard. Okay. I don't know what Harvard is. But I think
She
once
just
she
went
started
to
talking stuff, they said the reason why she was able to talk was because of Silk City hot sauce. It's they have all kinds of flavors. They're fantastic. If you go to silkcityhotsauce.com right now and use the promo code POS, you can save 15% off. And if you're deaf and blind, you will be able to see and hear. It's actual. That's all the sauces do it. I like the Aztec Attack. It's a nice green pepper, and it will make you be able to say water. And you'll need water.
Thumbs up. That's Helen Keller.
And the
Go
best
there,
part
put
is
POS in. You also get a free bottle of cherry sriracha and some stickers. Something
That
Helen
sounds good.
couldn't enjoy. She couldn't enjoy stickers. She had no idea what the fuck they were. They'd
Helen
stick to her
Keller would
hands,
love
couldn't
scratch and sniffs.
just scratching.
you have them sniffins.
No, I think Helen Keller was a person. I don't think that she accomplished all the shit she did. I think like Anne Frank and everyone else, you kind of beefed it up, made it a good story and whatever it was, but she was just some deaf bitch that fucking hung out and they're like, and I think they made her do shit like Forrest Gump. Like let's throw her on a plane. Let's throw her on a train. Like they would just take her around like a garden gnome when you were in college and you would bring her places to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
I think they did shit with Helen Keller.
Like she's a mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is.
Okay. I'll buy that.
I think the Redskins should have changed their name to the Washington Helen Kellers. I would buy all the merchandise. Look at the crowd is deafening. Yeah, it is.
Get those little Helen Keller puppets with the googly eyes, and they're all shaking them at the stadium.
Make her sing the national anthem.
Sandra Bullock and Helen Keller in The Blind Side 2.
Right. Exactly.
We did it. All right, Anthony, man, thank you so much. Where can people check you out, see your show, all that stuff?
Yeah. Thank you for having me, man. This is actually a lot of fun. I hope that people check this out. I'll make sure that I retweet it too. At the Zen Comic is my Twitter handle, and then at the Creep Fest is my Creepy Corner Twitter, and then my website is creepycorner.nyc. We have 3 free video shows every week. We always change them up during the month. We have about 70 shows to choose from if you want to join a Patreon. And we have a big catalog in our audio for Spotify, iTunes, where we have another show that we do that's just audio. So creepycorner.nyc, check out all our links. And this has been a pleasure, man. Pat, great show, dude.
Thank you,
Anthony.
Anthony.
David, thank you, Brandon. Awesome.
You're
Thank you,
our first
Anthony.
guest.
You're
My
real
other
funny.
shows I do guests. We've never had a guest on this show, and I thought you'd be the perfect one for it.
That's great, man. Honored, man. I love your work too, man. I think that it would be nice that you were trying to slide into the Dave Landau spot, and why not?
I've been the last day and a half. Me and Will Noonan's name been thrown around.
Yeah.
We're not going to be thought of. It's
Well,
nice.
Honestly, he's been hurt a lot. So who knows? But I mean, if anyone should, it would either be you or Will, because you guys are definitely favorites.
He's moving
to
South Carolina. I'm not moving to South Carolina.
You don't have to move to South Carolina.
They want to move everybody out there.
Really? You wouldn't move to South Carolina for a steady gig?
It wouldn't be a steady gig. It'd be a dream to be sitting next to fucking Anthony Cumia. But that's a gig you do for a year and try to launch who you are as a comic. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
And I know they'd have no money because I was supposed. You know this too. About a year ago, we had pilots and they couldn't afford a dollar. It's not like you and I were holding out, dude. It's like, I love all of them, but they couldn't afford me on a show that wouldn't have cost anything. What are they going to pay me if I need to quit the job now? Because I'd have to. I don't live in New York, but if they turned to me and it'd be the hardest decision of my life. If they said I could sit next to fucking Anthony Cumia in a seat in a spot that Jim Norton has sat in, and Patrice O'Neal has sat in, and shit like that. Of course, I'd want to. But
might as well try it for a few months.
It's not a try, Brandon.
Worst case scenario is you move in with him into his big South Carolina mansion. You got to watch him clean his guns in a chair, and then you just sit there like at a big dining table where you're like on one end and he's on the other end, and there's it could be that bad. You know what I mean?
I'm just proud that I am a trivia question answer now. Who was the last guest to be on before Dave Landau quit? And it was me.
It was actually you that made him quit.
Everyone's saying that's the running. It's a funny joke, but oh,
that's funny. All right,
because I stepped over him with the Zoom lag. I talked right over Dave, and then Anthony goes, "Oh, I guess Pat's my new co-host now since you're talking more than Dave." And then he quit. He quit the next show. So,
that was it. That was the catalyst.
But that was in the plans, and he's on Crowder now, and that's awesome for him. He's gonna be in front of more eyes. That's
I like move. Dave. I like. Did you get a lot of shit on Twitter?
He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met.
Yeah, he's fucking funny.
Dude, fucking what's since fingers, whatever his
forget Nimble Finger.
Nimble Fingers. Yeah.
It's a great album.
A great album, dude. I heard it. I thought it was one of the funniest albums lately that I've heard in a long time. So I hope
when you're a comic like that being behind a paywall. I mean, even if they have a ton of people, it's only the numbers that are behind it. He's on a YouTube show now on a Glenn Beck network. He's getting seen by so many more freaking eyes. It makes sense.
He's a hardworking guy, man. He's something we should all take a page out of his book.
Yeah, we should wait for Artie Lang to relapse and then take his job. That's a good thing. Dave, what do you got to promote, push, and all that?
I'm going to be doing that show on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm taking you to a show with me on Thursday. Well, you're driving me because I don't drive. But you're doing a show with me on Thursday at Mohegan Suns. There you go.
There it is.
Go.
Brandon.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but I'm writing a book and I'm almost done. I thought
you wrote it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did write it. I'll say.
You and Helen Keller supposedly have books.
When Helen Keller was your age, she'd already written 18 books.
Showed us this book earlier, remember?
I did, guys. You want to see my book? Look at this. It's chapter 1. It's
forward by Helen Keller.
I was drawing a little bit. But I did. I'm just rewriting the final chapter. It should be done probably this week, hopefully. I know I keep saying that, but go to shadowworked.com and you could read the first 2 chapters right there. And Anthony, I want to say it was a pleasure. I think you're really funny.
Thank you, Brandon. I think they pick on you too much.
Oh, it's all right. They know I could take it, so it's fine.
Just like Helen Keller.
I mean, look at my face. Wouldn't you pick on me too? I was just gonna say it seemed like we were about to talk a bunch of times, and at the same time, it's great. I think we have the same timing and like kind of thing, so that's great. I love it.
I like you because
you were gonna say something, and he tried to make it better. So
no, he looks like forgetful Jesus. Like he looks like, I had something to do today. Oh, fuck,
I think you just created a new character, by the way, Anthony. But thank you. I'm gonna go start a new podcast.
Oh my God, forgetful Jesus.
Supposed to do something with the lepers. Fuck.
Oh, they're all dead now.
The fish.
Oh, the fish. It's gonna go bad.
Did I have dinner?
Oh, Lazarus. I was supposed to raise him from the dead.
He's the Jesus like that. He's the reason why they crucified him. He's that Jesus. Fucking guy keeps fucking everything up.
They didn't crucify him because he was, the Son of Man. He was helping everyone. They crucified him because they just could not even anymore for a minute. We just
obnoxious.
He doesn't know who his dad is. He just keeps looking up.
Oh, who was supposed to bring the wine?
You're Jesus.
Did you hear about the new Jewish wine?
No.
I want to go to Florida. That's my favorite fucking joke. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the one for this show too, Bunk You, but no one does. So just watch it on mine, and I get better views. I don't give a fuck. Dave will be driving me to a show in Mohegan Sun, and I'll be there. I got a bunch of shows lined up. And yeah, pester Compound Media and tell him I should be Anthony Cumia's sidekick, because that's what Anthony wants, a bald guy who talks over everyone and yells. That's good. Yeah, it'd be great. But no, it was awesome to be on the show. Anthony, once again, thank you.
Yeah,
And,
thanks, Anthony.
Thank you,
Anthony.
guys. It was great.